Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin and blockchain and Slate Money. All right, so Slate Money is a podcast that I listen to every single week. It is really an incredibly valuable podcast to me, even though I receive it for free. And so one of the things I'm going to do is just take a moment to really talk up Slate Money and Slate's podcast line. So one, I listen to almost everything Slate does on podcasts, and they're all absolutely amazing. So Slate Political Gabfest, Slate Cultural Gabfest, Slate Money, Slate Double X Gabfest, Slate's movie reviews, Slate's book reviews. All of these are available for free as podcasts, and they are absolutely amazing. Really, really amazing content. I really feel like they're, as far as podcasts, they're about the very best that are out there. And so Slate Money is a great podcast that comes out once a week on money, and it's just really, really invaluable. I love it, and I just learn so much each week, but I'm also entertained, and it's really peerless. There's certainly a lot of podcasts like it, but I don't think there's anything like it from the perspective of quality and or just pure goodness. It's really, really good podcast, and I've listened to it for years. It's only a couple years old. It's like 2 or 3 years old, I think, now. But Slate podcasts have gone back from almost the very beginning. They're like 10 years old now, and they're all just phenomenal. So there was a really, really good podcast this week, and I'm going to be talking about that podcast now. That's really what's prompting that this particular video, and that was the Fertile Nigerian Blockchain Edition. So it's Slate Money, Fertile Nigerian Blockchain Edition episode of Slate Money. And so on this, you had Felix Salmon and Anna Szymanski, okay? And they are two hosts for Slate Money. And then they were talking to a guest named Aaron Griffith. Now, all three of these people are money wonks, okay? They're all like finance wonks, right? And what that means is that they know a crap ton about finance, about money, about how money moves in the stock market, about mutual funds, about, high-end finance, right? They know just a ton, right? Well, Felix Salmon, specifically, he is like the anchor of the show. He's been on it from the very beginning. Other hosts have come and gone, but he's been there from the very beginning. He has really, really intelligent dialogue with Anna Szymanski, who's got a lot to say, a lot of really bright things to say, right? But Felix Salmon has been mocking blockchain and Bitcoin since the beginning. He just thinks it, and in this episode, he says this is stupid, right? He literally says that blockchain, Bitcoin, crypto is stupid, right? And he said one of the reasons why is nobody knows why it changes. Like, the value will change in blockchain, and nobody knows why, right? It's really fun to listen to him because, one, you can just see he's agitated, right? He's just agitated by crypto and blockchain and Bitcoin. And I think one of the reasons why is there's really good reason for a money wonk to be agitated by crypto, because crypto breaks virtually every single rule of established known economics. And, and for people who make their living being like knowledgeable about money and actually declaring wisdom about money and presenting knowledge in a formatted and elegant and simple way, crypto is like, specifically I'll say Bitcoin. Bitcoin is your worst nightmare, because Bitcoin is just this amorphous, weird thing that is very hard to understand. But I actually believe there's some things about Bitcoin one thing in particular that Felix Salmon does not get, right? And so yesterday, one of the things that was really interesting that they talked about is he said, why is Bitcoin like this? Why is it continuing to gain traction and maintain traction and have value and move markets, I don't think he said move markets, but, to have so much attention near it, right? And be able to do powerful things. Like one of the things, and he did talk about this, one of the things that recently you can hear being said is like, all a company needs to do is just whisper blockchain. Like recently, Kodak was like, blockchain, you know, and they just kind of rubbed blockchain on their business, and it gave them some bounce, right? And a lot of companies are doing this now. They're like giving up and going, okay, we're gonna start talking about crypto now, and the market just they love it. Like their stock goes up the whole nine, and it's just absolutely fascinating, right? And so, but Felix Salmon is just like, why is this happening? This is driving me crazy. There's no real value behind. Yeah, actually, he does not say there's no real value behind, but he says this is stupid, right? And it frustrates him, right? And in the podcast, I think he was saying it as a real question, right? Because I don't think he really knows, right? Now I think I know, and I'm about to say it. So here's why. Here's why people continue to be interested in Bitcoin, right? And the reason why is, it is a currency that's health is not tied to a single nation. It is truly an international currency. And that is unprecedented. There has never, ever, ever been a currency that can maintain its strength when any country in the world goes down, right? Or even when multiple countries in the world goes down. You know, and that is incredibly valuable, in my opinion. And that is why Bitcoin remains strong and is so unstoppable, really. And Felix Salmon has a really good point. Like when he's kind of shaking his fist at the air about Bitcoin, he's got some valid points, right? So Bitcoin is, like, right now it's around $11,000, and that was it's $11,000 per Bitcoin, and that was yesterday, right? There are huge problems with Bitcoin. One of the biggest is its source, right? Its source is so shady, so non-legit, right? And it's just like, you can't even point to one person who created blockchain and Bitcoin, right? And its entire origins is shrouded in mystery, right? And so that is horribly problematic for a currency, right? But one of the things I think is really, really, really interesting about blockchain and Bitcoin is, it's just so amazing. Bitcoin is doing something that really I've never seen done before, and that is establish credibility after the fact, right? So you really cannot use the source of Bitcoin as its foundation. Our country, America, is founded on the Constitution. It's rock solid, in my opinion. The Constitution has withheld centuries of abuse and remained strong and remained as a strong foundation. The foundation of Bitcoin is not a strong foundation. There's too many questions, too many mysteries, too many people denying liability and denying, no one really even claims the origin of Bitcoin. It's so problematic, right? But the reality is, the desire for a currency that is not tied to the health of one nation is so strong, right, that now many, many, many organizations and thousands of buyers and thousands of miners, of Bitcoin miners, are coming, and they are building credibility where credibility was lacking at the beginning. The credibility has been being built after the origin point, and that is truly incredible, and in my opinion, many ways unprecedented, right? So the other thing I think is really interesting, and I think Felix Salmon's question is really, I think it was a genuine question, and this is a genuine answer. He was like, why do people care about Bitcoin the way they do, right? Well, here's another one, okay? Bitcoin is truly a unique currency, right? And currency works because of the faith of its genesis, right? Of the faith in its genesis point, right? So the US dollar is as strong as it is because its foundation is the United States of America. And we are the greatest superpower in the world. We are the greatest nation in the world. We stand alone, in my opinion, among nations within the world. No one comes close when it comes to considering the whole package and considering politics and culture and social aspects, right? We have more freedom, more wealth, more culture than any other nation in the world, right? Now, I'm an American exceptionalist. This is why I'm saying this. I truly love America, and I want us to remain at the top of the pack, right? And the reason why is I think a strong America means a more healthy world, right? Because I think we set the bar, right? And then also we are willing to go in and help when there are terrible things that happen. Our history proves that, right? And there are other nations that don't have that history or haven't demonstrated it yet. It's certainly the ones that are at the top that have the most power, right? I'll say it very clearly. I think Russia has not shown that, if there's nations that are in the world that are having a horrible time, that they're going to be the first ones out of the gate with lots of aid and care, for a global community member, right? Considering that at the national level. And so it's one of the reasons why I think we're so incredible. And that's why the U.S. dollar is so strong, right? So U.S. dollar is just a paper currency. But what backs it, the reason it has value is people believe in America, right? Let's talk about the big dog when it comes to currency. In my opinion, the big dog when it comes to currency is gold. Not, I have a piece of paper that says I own some gold. I'm talking real physical gold, right? That has incredible value. Now, what is it sourced on? What is gold sourced on? By the way, an American Gold Eagle, a 1 ounce coin, that is the absolute standard of gold, right? It's the easiest way to buy it. It's the easiest way to sell it. And it's the easiest way to store it, right? Those are about $1,200 per ounce right now. So a 1 ounce American Gold Eagle coin made of gold, right, will run you $1,200, right? And so that to me, that right there, that currency, right? What is that based on? What is the foundation of gold? Well, it's very, very simple. History. There has never been a point in human history where gold was not incredibly valued, right? And so if you are a person who believes in the value of gold, you have a historical precedence for that. Virtually every culture on the earth has valued gold, right? Now, what is the foundation of Bitcoin? Well, the foundation of Bitcoin is technology, and there's a strong, strong technology that sits behind Bitcoin, and that technology very specifically is blockchain, right? And blockchain is real. It is very, very real. Aaron Griffith, in this fantastic podcast yesterday by Slate Money, which was the Fertile Nigerian Blockchain Edition, she talked about, and I thought this was brilliant, absolutely brilliant, about a specific attribute of Bitcoin, of blockchain specifically, of the technology that is the foundation of Bitcoin. All right, and what it is trust, right? Actually, I'm sorry, the exact opposite. What it is it's a trustless system. It's a trustless system. Blockchain is a trustless system. Blockchain is extreme transparency. It shows a transparency into every single transaction that is being done with blockchain, right? So there are no secret dealings. There are no secret transactions. There are attributes of transactions that are on blockchain that are secret, but the transactions themselves are public, right? And so it is a trustless system, right? Trustless system. And so, so basically the most powerful currencies in the world right now, American dollar, foundation is the United States, the USD, the United States dollar, foundation is America. Gold, foundation is history. Foundation is even mythological and lore, even leprechauns, collect gold, and all kinds of creatures like dragons. It's not only in our history, it's even in our fiction, right? Gold is just synonymous with value. And then the new one is Bitcoin, and its foundation is technology, and specifically blockchain. And blockchain is incredibly powerful. It is a solid, true, new innovation in the market, and really, really something. Check out Slate Money. Check out Slate Money, Fertile Nigerian Blockchain Edition. It is, if you want compelling podcasting, if you're interested in a podcast about money, you'd be hard pressed to find a better one. And big thanks to Felix Salmon and Anna Sharansky and Aaron Griffith. One of my favorite podcasts I've ever listened to. Absolutely fantastic. Take care.